Hi everyone, it's Hilary from Pink Bubble Cards. Welcome back to my craft room. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you. If you enjoy paper crafts, please consider subscribing and please click the like button below. So today is a Wednesday and it is Alphabet Challenge. Talk about challenge, oh my word. My husband and I have again been very unwell, unfortunately. I think I picked up a bug. I do work in a school campus, although I'm not in education. It's where our office is based. And honestly, I think I picked something up and it was horrendous. So we are catching up. And so my apologies. I do think that having a look at this year, the Alphabet Challenge, I changed it from weekly to fortnightly. And I don't think it's been as good, to be honest. I think next year, if we do it again, we definitely go back to weekly. Although it's a bit more manic, I think there's more continuity. And you don't kind of think, is it this week or last week or next week? So it becomes a bit more confusing. However, today I have got our challenge and it is for R for Rainbow. So I had a card design that I did a long time ago and I just thought it was quite nice and I thought I'm going to do it again. And all it is some coloured card, rainbow colours, and a punch. This is a border punch. So I looked out my border punches and I punched them all out. You can see along here to see which design I would use. Now, because this is a card and I've got a card blank here, it's quite small, so we don't want the punch to be too deep. So some of these, you'll see, are quite deep. So I've decided to go with this one. I've got one that's a single row, but this is a double row. This is a Martha Stewart border punch that I got in a D-stash, I think. And so what I'm going to do is we are going to make the rainbow on this card. So the first thing is to organize the order. A minute, I've got too much, haven't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Have I got too many? Have I got too many? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. We're going to say violet. So that's the order of it. Now I want it to go from this side to this side, okay? So I'm quite lucky that these cards are actually the same size, so I don't need to worry about that. So what we do is remember that this is critical. These are not just stuck on. These are essential for knowing exactly where to punch. So I'm going to lift it up so that I can see. I want the edge of my paper to be in line with this here as much as I can. Just doing it from eye, right? Then you have to line it up so that these line up. Move it along. Move it along. But this has to line up in order for it to be in the perfect order, okay? So there. So we're going to go along the row like this. So the next one is orange. And we do exactly the same. You want to make sure you've got the right edge side of paper. Line it up to that top line as best you can. And then use this pattern to to make sure that it is perfectly lined up. Okay, number 2. Let me just get this out the way. Yellow. So when, oh, see, I didn't line that up very well. It's got a thicker edge on it. You know, when we look at all the things that we have, whether it's dies or cutting machines, obviously I'm a glutton for that, having just bought my Scan and Cut, and I've got a Cricut Joy, and I've got all my die machines. But we can make very effective cards without any of these things. And paper punches are a great way of doing that. I know that I've used, I think it might actually have been this paper punch I used when I was doing a memory book, and any pocket or any edges, any flaps, I punched the edge of it, and it just became another element in the book as the book went through. You know, it was a really, see, I've missed that, so I can go back, and as long as I've lined it up, it won't miss a beat. There we go. Last one. Now, because we've got all these layers here, one of the things that we do need to be aware of is the weight of the card. You can't be having all these layers. That is going to be a very thick card to work on. I don't know if this has been slipping. I'm back using the glass mat, partly because my cutting mat is absolutely diabolical in terms of how filthy it is. It just cut and, you know, not so good. So this is how it's going to go. Like this. So I want to just go and trim this end so that that isn't an edge. Same with this one. This is when you might see my hands shaking. So I'm going to say, let's measure this. We want to measure the gap. So it's going to be at least an inch and a quarter. So if I cut each one of these, I'm going to say that 2 inches is going to reduce the bulk on the actual card itself. You know? And you could actually then do another card. So let me just, I'm going to be brave and I'm just going to glue it. Oh, that's not going to work because I haven't cut the tip of this bottle. I'm going to get my dotty tape runner because it just goes over where the card is. slide it up there. And then we do the orange. We don't need the dotty so much on this because it's not on the edge. Okay. I'm going to cut this into 2 inches for the yellow. And the green. And the blue. I'm going to leave the last one because it'll need to cover whatever area is left. So we'll leave the last one just now. Now again, I'm going to snip this just to make sure it's a nice clean edge. Yellow, blue, I wonder if it's all going to fit on. What do you think? Is it going to fit on, or have I just not measured it properly? Here's another snip. 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 So we're going to be going on holiday in May for a week up north to Cailaflachalch. It's near Cailaflachalch. Right, let's have a look at this. This is the last colour that's going on here. And actually, it's going to be less than 2 inches. So let me just glue this on. In fact, I'm going to glue it on there. Now, I'm just going to let that set before I cut it. I'm going to cut it down, obviously. Let's clear the decks a bit. So, here we have the rainbow card. Okay, make sure the glue doesn't stick it down. I'm going to trim it down there. And in actual fact, we're going to have enough to do another one because of the width of that punch and the way it is. So we could absolutely get 2 for the price of 1 here. And I might just do that. Let me get this finished. So what I would do, rather than try and put this through the machine, is I'll just get my knife there we are. Here's my rainbow card. And so what I would do then is I would, once the glue all dries and it'll all dry clear, I can either just put a sentiment on it. I could put a sentiment with a bit of black background even on it, or I could just put a large hello on it or something like that. But I'm tending now just to keep my cards as blank until I know where it's going or who it's going to, or if there's a specific project or, you know, event. So I'm going to do 2 things. I am going to punch the rest of this, and put it on another card blank. So we have 2 rainbow cards, and I will let that dry, and we'll work out a sentiment when we figure out where it's going and what have you. So let's have a look at the next letter. So these are the ones we have already pulled, and these are the ones that we still have to pull. So rainbow is the 1st of May. So we will be going for the 15th of May. This is the next one. So let's have a look at the letters. And I'm going to choose this one, which is W. W is for water. Now, is that a water technique? The Crafty Seas did an amazing technique where you spray paint on water and dip things in. Water could be spritzing or spraying. Water could be watercolours, but W for water, there's lots and lots of different things. And that is for the 15th of May. Okay. Thank you so much for participating and joining in. I am putting the names into a draw, and I am pulling out a draw periodically. What I'm not doing is I haven't been able to catch up with commenting on all the videos. I find that when I watch the videos on my television, I don't know how to comment on them there. But I am still watching, and I love all the entries. So please don't think I don't. I really do appreciate it, the time that everybody gives. So thank you so much, everybody, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye for now.